Hello, welcome to our bi-weekly Subspace Developer Sync, where we discuss all things development at Subspace. I guess we'll just jump right in. First, for the second meeting in a row, I'm going to introduce a new full-time team member. Mark, welcome to the team. Mark, for a little background, has been on the working part-time for the last 5 or 6 months, I think. So, but today is his first day as a full-time team member. So, let's say hi.
Thank you very much. Hi, everyone. So yeah, I think most of the team know me already, but it's going to be a very awesome pleasure to focus on Subspace and all the project we have in line. So very happy to be here.
I think everyone's pretty excited to see what you can do full time. I'm not sure that everybody knew you were part time based on output, so uh, it's exciting. All right, I guess just to go over, the necessary Gemini 3H update, just to hit on a couple of numbers. Looks like according to Explorer, we're at about 90 petabytes, which when I plug that in to do the calculation and convert to petabytes, that puts us over 100. So I think that's a pretty exciting. Nodes have been, roughly between 8,000 and 9,000 for quite a while now. They're still there, 8,500 nodes. We got to figure out what to do to get that up to the next level there, Jim. So I'll, with that, I'll hand it over to you. Let's hear how ecosystem keeps going.
Thanks, Jeremy. Yeah, so it is one of our targets, of course, in ecosystem to grow the network. Yeah, if anyone's got any bright ideas, any communities you think we should reach out to, please do let us know. But yeah, it is fluctuating between 8 and 9,000 quite consistently, isn't it? Okay, so from ecosystem, so for the third DevSync in a row, don't get me wrong, this is a great problem to have. There's really no show-stopping hot topics that are preventing our farmers from earning TSSC. We do keep tabs on the forum and in Discord. We're keen to hear for everyone's feedback. And yeah, we're not seeing any kind of consistent issues. We get the odd guy who's having a problem specific to their environment. Of course, that's always going to be there, but we don't seem to have any big problems which are hampering many of our farmers. I did just want to touch on a reminder that the last release, which is March 29th now, removed quick support. So if you haven't already, you may want to close or remove forwards for the relevant ports. So that's UDP. So if you have TCP and UDP open on your firewall or your router is forwarding those ports, you may want to close those down if you haven't already, of course. So I've come back to, I've actually been off for a week, but I've come back to quite some excitement in the community. A GPU plotter is in the wild. So there have been rumors. There have been rumors for several months. None that could ever really be backed up with any evidence, but it does look like we have our first. And I want to point out that actually the guys who have produced that plotter, Jeremy and I met in East Denver. They're a company called StoreSwift. And they are big in the game over on Filecoin. If you search them up, you'll find them. It's store with no E, Swift, or one word. Yeah, so they approached us. They're keen to contribute to the network, and of course, we are grateful and we encourage additional implementations, client implementations of the protocol. Of course, it's permissionless, and we believe that a healthy ecosystem has choice for our farmers over which client they want to use. And yeah, all evidence, the screenshots, we've got some community members who have been trying it out. So it does appear to be the real thing, which is great. We're hearing some wild numbers for how quickly you can plot a sector. However, I must point out that officially we can neither confirm or deny whether it works and what it does, more importantly, as it is closed source. Be aware, you'll find the link in Discord if you search for it there, but the source code is not available. There's just a compiled binary. And StoreSwift have expressed that they'd be happy to open source it if Subspace are open to providing a grant for their work, which of course is they're rational guys. It's perfectly logical. That's perfectly fair. Although we have been very public about our plans to use our existing relationship with Supranational to produce an official GPU plotter. And I believe Nazar is going to provide a more robust update on that effort stream in a little while. But yeah, GPU plotter spotted in the wild. This is great for us to see. Meanwhile, ecosystem, so we may appear to be quiet. We usually have lots to say and we're very loud, but we are continuing to refine the learning resource we talked about last DevSync, which lays out the next phase of the project, a number of the products we're working on, and an explanation of where we are going with Subspace on the whole. We had hoped to have it in everyone's hands by now, by today. But it is part of a wider reaching effort, an evolution of Subspace that has many moving parts. So there's dependencies that we need to make sure are resolved before we can give it to you, but we are very excited to do that. We ask you to watch this space for updates. That is everything from ecosystem this fortnight, Jeremy. Thank you.
Great, and welcome back, Jim. I forgot to do that.
Thank you.
Cool. One last kind of team-wide highlight is I was going to say a bunch of us are going to be out at the Internet Identity Workshop in California this week, learning about all things internet identity, which kind of aligns with some of the direction that we're heading. I'll touch on that a little bit later, but yeah, it'll be exciting to see a bunch of, I think I'll be meeting several team members for the first time in person. So Mark and Colby and Emil, so pretty exciting. All right, we move on to some highlights from the last couple of weeks. Touching on what Jim's kind of kicked off with the GPU plotter. Nazar, you want to give us some more detail on where we're at in that process from a more official plotter?
Hey, folks. Last week we had check-in with Supranational. They provided some initial benchmark numbers. They were comparing 32-core Threadripper versus 4090, and the improvement is quite massive. It's double-digit X. We will see how that translates to actual plotting performance once we integrate it into the software. But the improvement is quite large. I have seen some concerns in the community that GPU will kill like plotting and farming for those who have CPU. That's really not the case. The way we see GPU support is as energy efficiency. Basically, for the farming as such, you don't need GPU and it will not be helpful. It will only be helpful to create plot faster. So if you are a smaller farmer and you have already plotted all of your space, there's basically no difference for you whether GPU plotter exists or not. But if you want to create your plot faster, you will be able to use GPU. And since GPU will consume maybe as much as CPU, maybe more power, but it will be plotting many, many times faster, it just means you will spend less electricity to actually get the job done, which is a good thing for everyone, right? And for bigger farmers, it basically will mean they can ramp up their plots to 100% sooner. In terms of GPU support, the very first version is aimed at NVIDIA with CUDA. The support for AMD with ROCm will follow shortly. So we expect to have CUDA and ROCm support. We do not have immediate plans for Intel Arc, but if there is enough demand, I think we can manage it at some point. Just wasn't a very high priority. We will post test builds and everything as soon as we have it. This is about the information I have.
Great. Well, it's exciting and interesting. We've got two parallel paths, kind of moving at similar pace, and hopefully we'll have something to share here pretty soon. So, and it's looking like we will have GPU plotting before a mainnet launch. I know that had been a big question there. All right, moving on to more improved farming user experience. Shamil, you mind updating us on what you've been working on?
Yep, sure. We have opened API related to fast sync, and hopefully we'll merge it in the near future. Currently, we have a synchronization mechanism called DSN sync that enables nodes to synchronize with the network using archive segments. Basically, we download all the blocks in the form of segments from Genesis up to the latest block. It can take multiple hours, probably days on some machines. However, the fast sync, when it will be enabled, will allow just to synchronize in a limited time, basically without any, not fixed, but limited time, without any relation to the actually chain length, because we basically download the last two segments and state related to that. And it allows to get the job done related to basically maybe less than 2 hours. And some machines, it could be less than 40 minutes. And it will be the same time every time for this machine. So that's it, and it will enable the node synchronization much faster.
That's pretty amazing. Last time I had to sync was a few weeks ago, and I think it took me a day and a half. And obviously that just grows as the chain grows. So this
Yes,
fast
it
sync
should be
mechanism is going to be more
detached
bound.
from the chain growth. Yes.
Yeah, that's great. All right, Daria, dynamic issuance testing. How's that going?
Well, yeah, if some of you follow us for a while, you may have remembered all of the lectures and former office hours and forum posts that we did, so that everybody was aware that we are rolling the dynamic issuance testing. And what exactly that is, you can go read on the forum or on the Subnomicon. Well, we did roll it out almost 4 weeks back, and so after a month has passed, there have been enough data to actually look and see whether it is working as expected. So I have dumped a bunch of blocks, basically like 1,000 blocks every day for snapshots, and I plotted them and I overlaid that over what was the expected curve, and they were almost identical. And that's the good news. We've been saying that we are rolling it out to actually test it on the testnet, because that's what testnets are for. And it appears to be working correctly as expected. And so it's another piece of the protocol that is mainnet ready, just pending the actual numbers on it, because the numbers that we have on Gemini 3H, of course, are not the same. They are going to be on mainnet, but the function is the same.
We are approaching defining what those numbers for mainnet are going to be. Is that nearing completion?
Yes, but
Cool.
they will not be announced until we get
Thanks,
to
obviously.
actual mainnet.
Great. Natasha, you have some updates for us maybe on Astral and more interestingly to the community potentially is the Stake Wars rewards. So.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Sorry, my internet is a little bit weird today, so please bear with me. Let me show my screen so you guys can see the new State Wars leaderboard. Let me know when you guys can see it.
Not seeing anything.
Not yet.
Yeah, my internet, I don't know why, but it's like really slow.
There we go.
There it is.
Oh my gosh, I don't know, it's so slow. Well, you will now have the different phases in the State Wars dashboard. So you will have phase 2 for operators, and you will know which block it starts and which block it ends. And also you will see the list of operators that has all the rewards. Same for nominators. I don't know why this is loading so much. Sorry, my internet just crashed. Yeah, and you will see the operators, and it will be the full list of operators. Oh my god! Oh my god! Okay. Se me fue el internet. What?
The curse of a demo here. I'm just trying to.
Well, the planet is cute.
Yes,
Oh my god! So sorry.
no problem. So will it? When will we see this into the current Explorer? All right, we lost Natasha. All right, while we hope Natasha's internet. There you go. I was asking when will we expect to see this in the kind of released into the current Explorer? You're muted, Natasha.
Yeah, we're just currently waiting for the squid to fully sync to the current block so we can merge it to mainnet. So it should be expected around this week for the users to see it. Sorry, my internet just, I don't know what happened there.
Well, once that is merged, Jim, we will make sure to let you know, and you can we'll highlight this with the community.
Absolutely. We do keep getting asked about it, and I want to thank you, Natasha, as well. I know I distracted you earlier. We had a community member report that there was the show all rewards button wasn't working, and I appreciate that you turned that around really quickly, like a couple of hours, and it was fixed. So thanks for that. And they do say don't work with children, animals, or dodgy internet connections. I think we're going to have to update that on live TV.
Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know what's happening with my internet today. It was perfect just a few minutes ago. I don't know what's happening.
No problem. So, all right. And finally, I won't go into too much detail. Hopefully next DevSync, we'll be able to give more detail on this, but we have been kind of hard at work on the product side, working on what we're calling the auto stack. So we have, if you're following the repo, you would see we've got the first auto identity domain has been or is being tested in DevNet. That's been successful. Mark's been hard at work on a product called Let's ID. We'll be demoing this week at the Internet Identity Workshop, and next DevSync, I'm sure we'll be seeing a demo of that as well. Additionally, we're adding some DeFi to Nova, so we'll be launching a Uniswap fork onto Nova this week. Mark, is that?
Hopefully, yes.
Okay. And Avi has been hard at work at integrating layer 0 so that we'll be able to kind of have a proof of concept on how bridging will work to Nova as well. So a lot is happening on the product side, and in a couple of weeks, I promise we will give some demos of that. So that is all I have for the agenda. Is there anything anybody wants to add before we sign off? All right. Well, we will see everyone back in 2 weeks.